I asked my community what should I do next after my 100 days on Kaizer's ARK was finished without achieving the ascension, and they said I should get back onto this world and finish what I have started. Alright dear watchers, thank you for giving me another 100 days. So this is a 200 days challenge now. This is day 101. I made these upgrade stations and I will fill each of these with resources. One will be filled with stone, another will be filled with wood, so on like this. I will have a station for each resource type. And this is the new Ankylio with 600 damage. It's pretty good. I'm gonna farm metal with this one from now on. And these terries are half grown and I kinda miss their imprint timer, so they're not gonna be 100%, but that's okay. I was out farming, but look at this, a black sheep. Before I got to it, a saber-tooth started attacking it, but I was quick enough to move it away. Then I picked up the ovis. I hope it's a male so I can breed an army of ovises for hide. And it was a male one, and I tamed it with a sweet vegetable cake. Now let's start the ovis breeding. We'll be rich on hide. I incubated some terry and yuri eggs. I want to tame more terries and get better stats, but just in case if I fail to get better stats, I hatched some terries as well, and the yuris are for the egg farm. There it is, our first baby ovis. This is our infinite hide farm. Very good. I couldn't get an ovis breeding pair for 100 days, but it's day 2 and I got it. I am so happy with the start. Later on the day, I filled my fiber storage with the terry and detached storage with the megatherium. I continued farming on the next day. I came here to farm the penguins for the organic poly. Then I uncryoed my new Anki with 600 melee damage. It still needs more experience, but it just surpassed the old one, so I'm gonna use it. There you go. The metal nodes have respawned. I'm gonna make sure they don't get bugged again. I just need to wait few minutes after farming them, and then they will be fine. If you log out before they respawn, they get bugged on single player. So with the default settings, you need to wait like an hour to log out, and I missed that, so they got bugged for the half of the 100 days challenge. Let's see the metal. What? I got so much stone. I forgot to make them drop stone. Anyway, I was out to do another metal run, but look at that. I found another ovis. It's a female, but still I'm gonna pick it up and tame it. And another ovis baby is here. This place will be filled with ovises. I spent the rest of the day farming metal, and the Indie Forge is stacked. I was still on my farming project. I got some crystals and other resources now. Then I upgraded some Yuri saddles because I lost my ascended one in the Broodmother fight. But I didn't have enough silica pearls to finish upgrading my Yuri saddle, so I picked up some silica pearls in the dark. Yuri saddles require a lot of silica pearls. The Utyrannus saddle is ready. I have an ascended one for the boss fight. I need berries as well, so I went out to farm some berries with my favorite berry farmer, Procaptodon, and this is a long jump. I farmed all those berries for these guys, my new tech stegos. They need to be leveled and then they will heal in time and be ready for the remaining cave turrets. I am flying to the redwood forest to get honey. I need hundreds of honey to cook sweet vegetable cakes and extraordinary kibbles. Also sap. I need hundreds of saps as well to cook sweet vegetable cakes. Later on the day, when the sun come up, with using my Quetzal as a safe passage, I spent the entire day collecting honey and taming giant bee queens whenever I see them. The day is almost over and I have collected over 600 honey and tamed 2 giant bee queens. Alright, I was finally ready to tame terries with kibble, and I built this terry grand taming system. I have built many traps side by side. I'm gonna tame lots of terries with this. I started looking for good stat terries. I found one with a promise promising HP stat. 27 points into HP, that's not bad. Alright, I filled the traps with terries and I tamed them with kibble, but I couldn't get a single stat upgrade. The best stat I got was something I already had. I still had more kibble, so I continued my taming spree to the next day. This is the second batch of the terries, and they are also all turned out bad. Next day, I expanded my terry traps and got more terries into the trap. Yet again, no stat upgrade. So this is how many terries I tamed. This was pretty unfortunate. I was sure that I was gonna get a stat above 40 points, but it didn't happen. On day 110, I got tired of hunting terries, so I started a new line for the Alpha Megapithecus and for the Alpha Dragon. I need to go underwater to collect their artifacts, so I decided to use Baryonyxes. Other option was the Sarcos, but these guys have stun attack, so I'm thinking they're gonna do very good. After that, I went back to taming terries and I found this. Look at that, 33 points into HP. I think this is the highest wild stat I saw so far. I dropped the terry into the trap, knocked it out and tamed it with kibble. I was really hopeful for this, but it got a bad stat roll and turned out bad. But no worries, we'll be fine with what we have. After taming so many terries and failing to get a good stat, I decided it was time to move away and settle with my current stats. 40 points into melee and 39 points into HP. Terries will be our boss fighters. This is day 111, and there it is, my Baryonyx breeding pair for the underwater exploration. I'll breed them into an army, and these are the terry breeders. Even though I didn't get an upgrade on my stats, I brought one more female terry from all that taming spree, thinking more terries will be better. But the terries I had have both of the good stats, HP and melee, so it won't matter that much. I will also breed them into an army for the boss fights. So looks like I got 11 fertilized terry eggs. Good thing I didn't count on getting new terries and kept them on mating. I'm gonna incubate all of them right here. And while I wait, I'll use all those honey I collected. I need kibble for underwater tames, like basilos, mosas, and even for megalodons. Also, I need to cook a lot of cakes. They are really overpowered with my tech stegos. And the terry babies hatch. These will be my boss fighters. I am excited. I also need cakes for the terries. They need cakes to be able to kill the alpha dragon and sustain the burn damage the dragon inflicts. I took care of the babies and lined them up. I will try to imprint them as much as I can, but it's really easy to miss their care timers. With my settings, they grow up too fast. And good thing I built a proper greenhouse, because hundreds of cakes and kibbles actually expensive on vegetables. Unfortunately, after checking their stats, I can only keep 3 out of 11 terry babies, because they didn't have the perfect stat parents and I used some old eggs with bad stats, so these numbers are pretty thin. But the next line, I will probably keep all the babies. I finished my honey stock with 63 superior kibble and 96 extraordinary kibble. I also cooked 140 sweet vegetable cakes. It might sound a lot, but it's not. I need even more cakes for everything I need to accomplish. I turned my Yuri saddle into a blueprint, so I can make more than one, and also, just in case I lose it again, I like to keep this. This is one of the Yuris ready for the boss fight. I'll take 2, so they'll get the mate boost. I'll cook 2 mind wipe tonics to relocate my stats. My Obelisks gained some levels, so it's time to harvest them with max melee damage. I can only imagine how much hide I'm gonna get. With base level 105, I reached 620 melee damage. So let's see how much hide we're gonna get with the Ascended Chainsaw and 620 melee damage. But my game lags and freezes when I harvest the sheep. Why this is happening? And the result is not that good. It's pretty much the same. This is disappointing. I thought I was gonna get like 30,000 hide each Obelisk, but it's not working. Also, here's a surprise. The Mind Wipe tonic doesn't work. I can't use it again. I thought I had the unlimited aspects ticked on, but I didn't. So now my game is stuck. It's bugged. It has a 24 hours cooldown, but that means in this single player I have to wait at least 20 days. That is pretty much insane. If this was on a server, you could just log off and come back the next day, but when I do that, the time stops in game as well. So I changed the server settings and turned it on, but it didn't work. It doesn't work retroactively, so I had to revert my character by using game files. Alright, everything back to normal. Now we will not get slot capped hide easily, but it's still great. 10,000 hide from a single Obelisk. That's pretty great. I'm just gonna need to breed a lot of them. First Baryonyx babies are here. I'll breed them a lot as well. My metal finally cooked. I got the hide from the sheep and farmed wood and the fiber. That means saddles, ascended saddles. And I crafted 10 ascended terry saddles. 18 ascended terry saddles are crafted. They are ready for the boss fight. And I just need to raise the terries. Then we'll be ready on the boss fighters. And Baryonyxes grow up really fast and they're just to imprint with my settings. Soon we'll have an army for the underwater. Alright, I need to collect the missing artifacts and I am pretty much fully geared for it. My first destination will be the pack cave for the artifact of the pack, and then the Carno cave for the artifact of the devourer, and then we will go underwater for the boot. Here we are. This is the entrance of the pack cave. I removed the spam with C4s. Also, finally, the C4 bug has been fixed. For protection of my Quetzal, I placed some gates outside of the cave. When it was done, I moved into the cave to clear the last remaining foundation, but turrets had the line of sight. I took some damage, but my flag is good, so I survived. I fired fear rockets and took that down as well. I was ready to start draining bullets. As always, these things take up some time. I'll be quick as much as possible. I brought lots of cakes to heal the Textegos, but unfortunately, a Textego died anyway. Thank you for your sacrifice, good sir. After that, I fired a rocket that did substantial damage to the wall. Then I fired few more rockets. Eventually, the turrets went silent. The wall is pretty much down, but I'm not gonna take any of the bullets. I don't need them. But I'll take the elements in the tech generator. That is a resource you can't farm easily on the island. I lived in this cave unofficial, so it was fairly easy for me to navigate. Even though there is many spots a Megatherium cannot fit, I still used it for the perfect protection it provides. I reached the main hall, then the body of water at the end. And I knew this dark water would be swarming with piranhas, so I threw a Megatherium in, and apparently they can't fight in water and almost die to hundreds of piranha bites. But this Megatherium's AoE damage was on point, and it killed every single piranha attacking the Megatherium. I grappled up to the artifact tunnel and killed some mean creatures waiting me there. Then I got the artifact and I got out safely. Next, the artifact of the devourer. This is the Carno cave's entrance. I placed some C4s and opened up the cave's entrance. Then I placed my gateways around the entrance. There it is. I can go in now. There was also a text spam. I blow that up as well. On the right side of this tunnel, there are turrets just above the water on a cliff platform. So I think I'm gonna have to soak all the bullets. I have enough cakes and I have enough tech stegos. After a while of soaking bullets, I send the tech stego forward and fired a rocket, but it didn't work. Back to soaking the entire turret wall. Next day, I kept soaking the turret wall above the water. Eventually, turrets went silent, but I was careful and I sent the tech stego in first. No bullets were fired, so I went in as well, and looks like everything soaked dry. No bullets left. I placed the C4s and blow up the cliff platform. There are no bullets to loot, but the tech generator is always rich. With a good tame, like a Megatherium, this cave is one of the easiest caves to get the artifact. Just clear your way, and the rest is open area. Just jump into the artifact, it's clearly visible there. Then you're gonna have to clear more cave life in the artifact ruins. And I got the artifact. I had to cryo and uncryo the Megatherium because it didn't fit. And I reached this part of the cave, and then the rest of the way there is no cave life. We are pretty much out. I fixed the paste problem a while ago, but didn't got myself a carbo light, so I did that. A breeding pair of carbos with surprisingly good HP stat, above 40 points. I tried many times to get a 40 plus stats on my Terries, but it didn't happen. But with carbos, it just took me 5 tries. On the way back, I grabbed some honey. I can't pass the opportunity. And also tamed another giant bee queen. Carbo breeders ready to drop some eggs. 42 points into HP. Both of them managed to get that high stat roll. Really surprising. I started to line up the Terries for the boss fight. They'll be done soon. And I upgraded some carbo saddles. I need to soak a lot of bullets underwater, and I think carbos will be great for that. I finished upgrading the first batch, and my best carbo saddle armor is now 113. It could be better with the second batch, but if not, I'm gonna have to use that. Day 120, I upgraded the rest of the saddles. My highest armor for a Baryonyx is 195, which is great, and the carbo saddle has only reached 118. It could be better, but I think I'm just gonna use that. It should work fine. Also, the king of underwater exploration is the Basilo. You cannot get dismounted with those, so I need at least one for my own protection. I do not have a tamed one yet, but I can always craft the saddle first. This is 1 times taming, so a passive tame like a Basilo is gonna be a little bit challenging, but I think I can tame one at least. I started to line up my carbos as well. I need like 20 carbos. I have 2 underwater caves to do, so I am in need of a great army for the ocean. On day 121, I press craft on 4 baryonic saddles. Each needs almost 600 metal ingots. And my industrial forge is almost empty. I got the metal ingots I have left and crafted more baryonic saddles. I have 7 baryonyxes fully grown and strapped with ascended saddles. And male Terry boss fighters are almost done as well. I want 9 of them, so I need 2 more more male terries. Also, you might be confused about why I need an underwater army, because most people just take one underwater tank and just rush the caves and grab the artifact, but I need to blow up turret towers in underwater caves. So I have to have a safe spot for my soakers. I have to clear the underwater caves extremely dangerous, high level and crowded habitat. I managed to get an ascended Basilo saddle with 190 armor, but I'll try it again. My guard Basilo needs to get the best saddle possible. This is quite high for official standards though. I crafted 3 more ascended saddles and one of them turned out great. It's almost capped. 317 armor. Basilo saddle will make my guard Basilo pretty much unkillable. Carbo army is getting ready too. I am trying to make sure every one of them is 100% imprinted. I'm not gonna be riding them into battle, but imprinting them also gives bonus HP. Next day, the council of Carbos were busy discussing their plans to take down the underwater turret towers. I left them to finish their council, and I took a picture with my blue-horned black sheep. He is the prize of the Scorpion Castle. And then I asked the Carbo Council, what is your verdict, oh the mighty Carbo Council? A better saddle. Give us saddles with higher armor. So I crafted 5 more ascended Carbo saddles, but I couldn't get a better one. They'll have to forgive me on this, because the time is racing against us. My egg collector gathered far too many eggs. Just look at it. It's far too many to be useful at this point. All those Yuri eggs came from these, but I don't think I'll need more. So I'm gonna disable these male Yuri and stop them from mating. He had done his part. He can rest now. Brand new Carbo babies are just hatched, and all of them fit for being a bullet soaker. So far, I was really bad at keeping track of the dino tributes. I can't believe I didn't have enough Megalodon tooths. And this ascended harpoon launcher is beyond broken. Look at that damage. I am mass producing Carbo saddles. It feels good to be rich, right? This blueprint is not cheap, but since I am pretty stacked, I am crafting them easily. There, the Carbo Council, bring in their new recruits. They are quite fast though, don't they? A quarter of the days are finished, and this is my army. Berries, Carbos, and Baryonyxes, all ready, lined up perfectly and saddled with ascended saddles. They just need to be leveled. I forgot my most important thing. The Quetzal is still riding the Prim saddle, so I upgraded a Quetzal platform saddle, but I don't know how I can replace this. I have to rebuild my Quetzal structures, otherwise I can't take off the saddle, so we might have to use the Prim one. I farmed some metal and I almost let my Ankylo die. I honestly have no idea how this happened. I was just farming metal with the Argentavis. I decided to add more layers to my base. The new dino lines need a lot more space, and I crafted lots of stone structures for that. I kept building on the next day, but I underestimated how many structures needed for this expansion. I spent the entire day 128 building as well. Also, this day went by with building, but it's pretty much done now. Top floor has Stegos, Yuris, and Terries right now. It might change later. Third floor has bunch of dinos, small to mid-sized, and the second floor is only for Obelisks, since it's merged with the greenhouse, so I thought it would be more ideal to put them together. And finally, the first floor is for the farming dinos only. I built pillars with lamps on my garden to illuminate it and line up my dinos perfectly. They have been getting lots of passive experience all this time. This is a pretty tedious work, but it must be done. Every single one of them needs to be leveled by me, but you can just move on to the next day. On day 131, my dinos gained enough experience and I leveled them all up, and then I started cryopodding them. 10 baryonyx, leveled, saddled, ready for battle. 21 carbo, leveled, saddled, ready for soaking bullets. We took off for the caverns of the lost fate, an underwater cave that holds the artifact of the brood. We're here, right next to the brood cave, but I'm gonna set up a safe spot first to uncryo all of my dinos, and then wait for them to wake up. Everyone woke up, and this is my weight carbo with my stuff. I also brought my tech stegos with some cakes, just in case if the turtles couldn't soak all the bullets. Also, soups for myself. I like my soups, very tasty and nutrient. They're all following the Quetzal. I'm gonna park this right above the brood cave's entrance. So when I arrived, I hopped on a baryonyx and then jumped into the water. But look at those carbos. Are they for real? They're like messing with me right now. I am stuck in this eternal movement. I had to whistle them all stop following to get away from this mess. I was about to go into the cave, but I saw a bacillo nearby, so I had to try to tame it. One feed with an extraordinary kibble only gives 7% taming. This is gonna take a while. The bacillo kept moving around and attracting mantas. Now this is why it's hard to tame a bacillo with 1 times taming speed on the island. I need to protect myself in this water and keep following the bacillo and kill the mantas around without damaging the bacillo. If it takes damage, taming process will reset. 58%. I might actually achieve this tame in the first try. Sun went down and waters turned almost pitch black. I lost the bacillo I was taming, and I forgot the new taming tracking feature. I left my dinos here and went to my base to grab my tech helmet. It has night vision, so it should help. It's not as good as a full tech suit, which gives clear water vision, but still, it'll surely help tonight. I remember the tracking feature and activate it. It still had 79% taming, so I might get it done if I can get there quick enough. But no, it's losing the taming process rapidly, and I can't get there fast enough. It dropped to 40%. It dropped so quickly, horrible. I'm gonna feed it anyway. It should be better than 0 taming, right? And this is why you need to clear the mantas. They aggro on you immediately after you feed the bacillo, and the feeding did not work. The taming progress is still going down, so I decided to postpone the bacillo taming until the next cave. I'm just gonna do what I came here for. With the baryonyx and carbo army, I went in the cave. Then I realized my carbos were missing. They're a lot slower than the baryonyxes, so I have to wait for them. But then a couple of Syndrias moved in for my army. I stayed in safety and let my tames take care of them. Even though they shock with a swarm of baryonyxes, they have no chance. And then I went back in the cave. I hopped on my carbo and started swimming very slowly. We swam with the army quite a bit, and there were nothing. This silent kinda scared me, because they might stack up somewhere along the way. Then I saw our first encounter, level 300 Megalodon. But then an Alpha Megalodon hit me. Where did it come from? A max level Alpha Megalodon versus baryonyxes and carbos might be a challenge. And then no, eels are rushing in. But something is wrong. I see 3-digit damage. They are doing 3-digit damage. Good thing they don't dismount me like Syndrias. But that damage is insane. I just saw 284 damage. I didn't remember them being this strong. Can they ignore saddle armor? My baryonyxes have ascended saddles. This is a mess. I don't think I'll come out victorious from this. Or maybe not even survive. There you go, I lost my first Baryonyx. I can seriously die here. Oh dear watchers, how did I fail this? I miscalculated 300 level cave life with alphas and eels. They cannot be defeated with Baryonyxes and Carbos. Also, Carbos does like 0 damage. They're only for bullet soaking. It's time to accept the loss and save what we can. We are getting out. I was trying to get out, but they kept chasing me. I'll have to tank a bit and get far, then fight them. Ascendria, stay away from me. This is why you need a Basilo. If this had happened when I was surrounded by Megalodons, it was over. This challenge and this video would be over. I would definitely be dead. So, while I was trying to get out, I managed to clear what was chasing me. And I still had my army, so I went the other way. So somehow I ended up here. I didn't know how many dinos I have left, so I reached the middle of this underwater cave. I got to this landslide and counted my dinos. I did lost quite a lot of them, so I made a decision to go back. Yes, I am halfway through this cave, but another swarm like that will finish off rest of my army. Then how can I even get out of this cave? That possibility is quite high. Unfortunately, today we are defeated. I have to go back and come back with a stronger army. Alright, we are back to our quetzals, but let's not waste any time and start taming underwater dinos in dark with my tech helmet's night vision. And I just found out with only tech helmet you don't need scuba. I thought you needed more parts for this. I swam a bit and found a megalodon, then netted and another, knocked them out both. But tamed the one with good stats with kibble and killed the other. While in water, I saw an anglerfish and knocked it out and tamed it with kibble. It's almost unlimited silica. And I did all of this while riding my Baryonyx. Maximum safety is a priority in this hardcore challenge. I found another megalodon, net that, knocked that, tamed that quite easily. Then one of the biggest, scariest underwater creature, a Mosasaurus, turned up to feast on us. I netted, but it didn't work. I thought with those arms I could net that, but it's probably too big for the net. Then a Placio wanted to play, but I can just ignore it and tank the damage while I go after the Mosa. And the Mosa is tamed. Now, imagine this with an ascended saddle. That should do the job, right? I found another Basilo, cleared the Mantas, fed it once, fed it twice, and thrice. And somehow the Basilo swam to shore and I trapped it with gateways. That was unexpected. And it's tamed with 35 points into HP. That's really good. I moved the underwater army here. What's left of them anyway? I think I can leave them here to heal. We lost quite a bit, but I have the breeders. My obvious herd is ready, so I'll be getting hide in my base now. 32,000 hide for the saddles. And I upgraded a Megalodon saddle to Ascended, and it got a perfect roll. It's well over the cap, 286 armor. And I turned it into a blueprint, and I will craft a lot of them. Let's get our first Megalodon baby. Female shark has 45 points into melee, and the male shark has 33 points into HP. Health is a little low, but I hope it works. I'm just gonna cover this area with gateways and make sure the babies are safe. But there is a serious problem with this place. The water is extremely cold, and I lose my HP quite fast. And this is why you tame an anglerfish. Look at this, 4 times more pearl each bite. It's great. I got slot capped pearl in a few minutes. Our first baby Megalodon is here, and I decided to build a water pen with some feeding troughs and air cons, because I might actually die while trying to raise an underwater army of Megalodons in these freezing waters. Water pen design is pretty much ready. I'm gonna spend this day building this. Also, first imprint for the first Megalodon baby. It only gets 25%, so I have to imprint them 4 times, and they will be grown in 2 hours. And I kinda like how this is going. It feels like a nice pool, descending down to bottom slowly. Alright, the water pen is finished. It's 9 9 wide and 15 long. I'm gonna raise my megalodons right here. I have built jennies on each side just because I like that, and I want to add lots of air cons as well because it gets really cold here. Well, I don't think PvE players will like this build a lot, but it's useful, and I think I will do a better design, but that's gonna be in the next playthrough. Megalodon army started to get in shape. They'll be ready to dive in few days. Here's some new carbos as well, and a lot more in line. Now all of them are hatched and claimed. On day 141, I did a lot of things, but it's the same old base works, so I cut them out. I crafted a monster saddle, then upgraded it, but it is beyond expensive. I need 9,000 metal ingots to upgrade this Mosa saddle to Mastercraft. Next day, I had to farm resources once again. This is how much I need to upgrade this Mosa saddle to Mastercraft. It's so expensive. I found out these are not called Syndrias but Nidaria, and if you are on a Basilo, you can easily farm biotoxin while being completely safe to their shocks. I lured a bunch of Megalodons to my water pen and killed the bad stats. Knocked out the good one and killed this one too, and look at these flown away ARK physics. And then I tamed the good Megalodon, 39 points into HP, so that works. We are good for HP stat now. I tamed the Mosa a few days ago, but the saddle is too expensive, so the Plesio is also a great underwater tame, and I'm gonna go with that. The Plesio is in the water pen. Baryonyxes only eat fish meat, so they were very hungry. Look how they eat in sync. I made an ascended Plesio saddle. It wasn't as expensive as the Mosa saddle. I farmed all the materials for the Mosa saddle upgrade, but I need to wait for my metal ores to smelt. 9,000, it's quite a lot of metal ingots. I am building a box for the Plesio. I will try to take the artifact under the turrets. I'm not sure about their range. Maybe I can bypass the turrets and don't have to soak the entire underwater turret tower. Alright, I got my Basilo, I got my Megalodons, and I got my newly tamed Plesio. The new underwater army is ready, and we're diving once again. cave life has been defeated. Now I have a turret tower to take down. I uncryoed one carbo and send it. Turrets are doing good damage, but also there are more Nidarias and Megalodons over there. They have the turret coverage, so I can't kill them easily. I called the carbo closer so I can damage them. I'll uncryo more carbos who have this little land here so they can safely sleep and reduce their torpor. Bacillus damage is too low, so I used my Plesio and killed the rest of the cave life. Carbos are sleeping, so we're going with the Textego. I'm just gonna see how it's gonna do. The oxygen is doing fine. It's not draining instantly, but unless you give lots of points to oxygen, they can't stay underwater too much. I don't know how fast they're gonna lose HP when there is no oxygen. I should check that for the next cave. In this one, there is air above the water, so we are not completely underwater. We can still use the Textegos back and forth. There we go, we started draining the bullets. The Textego did good, but I should use my carbos too, right? So I sent them all in. They got good saddles, but they only have 20,000 HP. That's pretty low. They also can't heal with cakes, so they started dying pretty quickly. I had to go with my backup plan and use all of my Textegos. I spent quite a lot of time soaking bullets here, and they hold their ground for a long time until all the cakes ran out. I parked them here and went back to my Quetzal, brought more cakes from the base, and dived in, but look what I found. Couple of Baryonyxes lost their way. Anyway, I'm back here, fully healed, filled with cakes. Textegos are going in once again. While Textegos were keeping the turrets busy, I tried to pick up the artifact, but it was a mistake. I almost lost my Plesio and probably died to turrets too. So some of the turrets stopped shooting. This side of the turrets are finally soaked. So now I can stay here and rocket the whole thing. But it didn't do any damage. Let's try more high. That did not do any damage too. Let's try very low. Alright, we did it. We beat the caverns of the Lost Fate. The platform is down, and I got the artifact of the brute. We're going back to base victorious this time. Megapithecus artifacts are ready. I'm missing some of the tributes though. I need 6 more Spinosaurs and 10 more Megalenia toxin. Unfortunately, I didn't take any while I was doing the caves. And for the Mosa saddle, I smelt thousands of metal ingots. It got upgraded twice. That was really nice. 317 armor. Mosa platform saddle. This is gonna be a beast. I picked up some sap and honey while on my way to the swamp cave. I need to kill some Megalenias and get 10 of their toxin. Alright, 10 Megalenia toxin is done. Now we get the Spinosaurs. 10 Spinosaurs are collected as well, and that makes up for all the tributes for the Alpha Megapithecus. But last item on the list, I will cook more cakes. I use a lot of them at the Brood underwater cave. 18 Terrazino and 2 Eutyrannus for the Alpha Megapithecus. That's gonna be my army. And lots of sweet vegetable cakes. Ideally 10 for each Terry. We are ready and on our way to the second Alpha boss fight. I'm here, but I have to remove the remnants of the blue turret tower. Blue Obelisk is open. Now the dinos. All the dinos are out now. We need to wait for them to wake up though. Terrys are awake, but Yuris need a little bit more sleep. I prepared 10 cakes for each Terry. That should be enough for the Megapithecus. It doesn't do that much damage. And finally, I brought the artifacts and the tributes, but we will use them at midnight, and that's tomorrow. Now I'll wait for my Yuris to wake up. Day 151, we're going for the Alpha Megapithecus. 18 Terrazino, each have around 22,000 HP and 400 melee. They all got 10 sweet vegetable cakes in their inventories. I'll be riding a 32,000 HP Tyrannus and another Yuri for the mate boost that will be following my Yuri. And it's gonna be on Aura Roll, the Alpha Megapithecus. Here we come. And we're in the arena. I'm gonna keep my dinos here and go get the aggro of the Megapithecus. There's a death fall right there. The Eutyrannus is really great for this because it's super fast for its size. So I'm just gonna get close enough and get the aggro. Alright, let's run. Now this is perfect. We're in the best spot for this fight. Nicely done. It was quite easy, honestly. Just be ready and be prepared. Then the boss fights are just fun and not stressful at all. I gained 220 elements. Unlocked the tech gauntlet, tech rifle, and the tech generator. Also a bunch of other tech structures. Here I hang the trophy of the Alpha Megapithecus. I'm only missing the Alpha Dragon now. The tech gauntlet is unlocked and I can do this. I am still missing the chest piece and the leg piece, but these parts looks great too. I can jump far away and safely land with the tech boots. I'm wearing the blue tech suit I got from the tribe of blue on the blue obelisk. Tributes are really a pain. All alpha boss fights requires lots of tributes and they take so much time to collect. I crafted 4 tree platforms and 16 tree sap taps. This means mass sap production. I spent the rest of the day hunting for more tributes. And the next day I did the same thing. Well, another day for the tributes. A max level Alpha Megalodon has almost 50,000 HP. I have killed many Alpha Megalodons while I was underwater, but I have never collected their tributes. I only have the artifact of the immune, and that's from the swamp cave. I need 3 more artifacts for the Alpha Dragon. One is in the ice cave, one is in the underwater cave, and one is right in front of me. It's in that little ice cave. So I cleared the tech spam and placed the gateways outside. There were another layer of tech spam. So after that, I went in with my shield on, because sometimes turrets shoot behind the mesh. Alright, turrets are right over there. Good thing this cave is terrible for building a turret wall. So, one tech stego should do the job. Wait a second. Of course, a tech stego doesn't fit here. What am I gonna do now? So I'm gonna try to fire few rockets. Oh, this is such a relief. Without tech stegos and flak running, I had no idea how could I raid this. For a second, I thought I was gonna fail this. Maybe not fail, because a carbo would probably fit here, right? But I am not even sure about that. Alright, it's clear. Except few more tech walls. I have to clear the cave and get to the artifact room. There is a spider or a bat every corner. I finally got the rabies. I don't know why it took them this long. Maybe a good armor prevents it. I don't know. I reached the artifact room, but I have some bats to kill first. The artifact is blocking their way and it looks really weird, but I'm not gonna question that and just get the artifact. I thought carbos died too quickly, so I made a new ascended saddle, but I didn't get an improvement. Then I upgraded another and I got 143.6 armor. That's like 25 more armor than what we had. So I crafted 15 carbo saddles with the new higher armor. This time I don't wanna fail the caverns of Lost Hope underwater cave, trying to get the artifact of the cunning. So I'm getting ready properly. I still need more underwater themes for the cunning artifact cave, but I think I am properly ready for the ice cave. I have prepared a proper army for the ice cave. I got to the ice cave, placed some gateways outside, killed some Deodons that aggroed on me, and then started removing the tech spam inside the cave. That's the turret wall I need to destroy. I'm gonna throw a tech stego in, but don't tell me it doesn't fit in this cave too. Come on. So in this ice cave, this spot is not good for a turret wall because it would be too easy to flak run. But in this hardcore, I can't do a flak run, so I have to soak the bullets. But my tech stegos can't be on cryo. They are too good with cakes. This is so bad. Can a Megatherium Megatarium fits? Yes it does, but it takes so much damage. I can't soak with that. And Megatarium also can't eat cakes for health. I brought many Textegos for the bullets, Terries and Megatariums to clear these caves. Overcrowded, aggressive creatures, and almost 100 cakes to heal them. But if I can't get through this wall, it means we're done. Last thing I need to try before I go back and bring the carbos is rockets. But looks like that's not gonna work. Alright, let's do this. I got the carbos. Alright, it started, but that's not 3-digit damage, right? It's just multiple numbers merged together. Yeah, it's fine. Carbo's gonna do the job. Good thing I got a new carbo saddle. Now, with the mate boost, it takes 10 and 12 damage. It's definitely gonna soak the entire wall. Even without cakes, I think we're gonna be able to do this. I kept soaking the turrets the next day. Then it was time to try the rockets, and it went through. I kept firing rockets until the turrets went silent. Then I see for the turret wall. Then this, another tech spam. Behind this wall, we will face the magnificent cave life of the ice cave. Well, where are the polar bears, direwolves, purloias, and yetis? I prepared so much for this cave, but there is nothing except some saber-toothed salmons in the water. I brought so many dinos and cakes for this cave. It was gonna be so good. I prepared like if it's another boss fight, and all I got is salmons in the water. Anyway, entire cave was empty. I just saw these. There were supposed to be hundreds of them in this cave, facing my terries. But you know what? In ARK, most of the time things go wrong and your plans fail. But sometimes things goes in your way and that makes things super easy. This was that rare occurrence. This is the artifact room, completely empty. And I got the artifact of the strong. I'm out, and this is why I built gateways. This wolf had probably killed my Quetzal by now. I got all the artifacts for the Alpha Dragon, except the artifact of the Cunning, which resides in the Caverns of Lost Hope, the most dangerous underwater cave on the island. And this mighty Mosa with an ascended saddle will help a great deal. It's already got lots of experience waiting in a cryopod, but I'll farm some more experience. It does 200 damage to Megalodons and 100 damage to Dunkleos. Not that great, but I guess we'll use this as a tank in the next underwater battle. Alright, I have 9 Megalodons and they all have ascended saddles. I'm just gonna level them up and heal them. Then I think we are good to go for the hard underwater cave. I am usually fine with keeping dinos in the cryofridge and letting them gain passive experience, but my time is limited, so I'll give the experience to my carbos with Yuri babies. That's why I'm incubating Yuri babies en masse. All these Yuri babies will be experience for my carbos and for my megalodons. I spent this whole day leveling up my carbos, and now they're healing with the data. I think these carbos should be enough for the turret tower in the hard underwater cave. Dear watchers, look at my base. Sometimes your imagination fails you. Look at that. It was the Scorpion Castle. Now it's an ugly apartment complex. Day 161, and I have 11 Megalodons, 1 Plesio, 1 Mosa, and 1 Basilo for the hard underwater cave. I also need underwater tributes, so that Basilo is my attack target. Megalodons are doing great damage. and this is a Bacillo blubber. It's needed for the Alpha Dragon. We look pretty strong, right? We should be fine in the cave. Tuso tentacles are another tribute. Their health is quite high, so it takes a while to kill them. It's dead, but I didn't get the tentacles because I couldn't find it. Megalodon army is good, but having so many brings chaos. And this silica pearl is huge. I can hide inside this, but it just gives the same amount as other pearls. Alright, hard underwater cave for the cunning artifact. Here we go. There seem to be a lot of megalodons, but I think we're gonna be fine. Well, this is not fine. We're not doing fine. And I just lost my Plesio, the one that has the ascended saddle. And my Mosa died as well. That was not supposed to happen. And that is not supposed to happen, and that too. I have to get out of here. My Bacillo is near death. Alright, I managed to get out and I am leaving this. I'm not even gonna look back. Whatever is lost is lost. So I lost my underwater army. I lost my Mosa, my Plesio, and all of my Megalodons. I barely survived with my Bacillo. So looks like I'm gonna need a bigger and better underwater army. To speed up my Megalodon breeding process, I started taming female Megalodons and kept taming them the next day. I ended my taming spree with 8 Megalodons. Pretty good. There will be an underwater army in few days. The breeding has started. Plenty of baby Megalodons will be here soon. I will take few Baryonyxes too for the navigation. Alright, since I lost all of my Megalodon saddles, I need to craft them again. But I don't have the paste though. I have all the chitin in the world, but I am out of stone. I got the stone and started crafting the paste. Now, Megalodon saddles are crafting. It's done. I crafted 30 Megalodon saddles. I'm on my second 100 days, but I still wasted quite a lot of days, so for the new underwater army, I need to level them up fast. I'm gonna use Yuri babies to level up my Megalodons. New Megalodon babies are here, and they are growing. While I wait, I went out to collect the rest of the tributes. After almost 30 minutes, I found a Giga and started shooting for a long time. Level 150 Giga has so much HP. Alright, I got the Giga Heart, but I need one more. I spent this entire day looking for a Giga, but I couldn't find one. I kept my search for a Giga today too, but instead I found an Alpha Rex. You need to kill every Alpha Dino on this map to open the Tech Cave's door on Alpha difficulty. Level 150 Alpha Rex has 105,000 HP. That's gonna take some time. Later, I found the Giga and killed it easily. First batch of the Megalodons are all grown up, and this is how I'm gonna level up all of my new Megalodons. Because my time is limited, I need to speed this up. And this is the second batch of Megalodons. They'll be ready for battle soon. Day 171 starts with me watching my last Megalodons grow. Alright, now they're all grown, but they need to be leveled. They are mostly ready, and I started to line them up. And this day too, I kept preparing my Megalodon army, but for some reason I have no footage. 16 male Megalodons ready for duty, and 17 female Megalodons ready for duty. Also a bunch of Baryonyxes, I'll probably won't take them all. My Basilo is fully loaded for the hard underwater cave. Here we go. Let's get it done this time. Navigating this many Megalodons gets tricky. I needed to use couple of Baryonyxes so they don't get stuck on each other. The Baryonyx follows me and the Megalodons follow the Baryonyx. I found an alpha lead on my way to the underwater cave and I killed it. Look at this mess. It's pretty bad. I am thinking 5 Baryonyxes and each leading like 5 or 6 Megalodons could have fixed this. Alright, this is the second round, but this time my Megalodons will prevail. Here we go, let's get this done. Good, looks like we have won. And that's the underwater turret tower. Alright, these are my carbos. They should be enough. If not, I brought stegos as well. 2 carbos on their way. I am sending them in pairs for the mate boost. I could use my Basilo as well as a last resort, but before that I will use all of my carbos. I didn't raise them for nothing, right? My carbos are pretty much finished. I used all of them, but turrets are still shooting. So now I'm gonna use my tech stegos. Unfortunately, their oxygen is really low, but they can soak some bullets. I am watching this one's oxygen closely, so when it's too low, I'll whistle it back and cryo it, so he won't die to suffocation. Then I will throw another tech stego. I spent this day soaking bullets with my tech stegos. After I used all of my tech stegos, I used my Basilo to soak the remaining bullets. Then I placed the C4s. And below the turret tower's cliff platform. Then I had to fight off more underwater dinos in the artifact tunnel. And finally, I got the artifact and moved out of the cave safely. I found an Alpha Tuso while I was underwater and I killed it with my Megalodon army, but I couldn't get the Alpha Tuso eye. That's unfortunate. Now, artifacts are ready, tributes are ready, boss killer dinos are ready, and the final item on the list. I started cooking the sweet vegetable cakes, and more than 300 cakes are ready. Alright, everything is ready for the red obelisk. I'll destroy the red turret tower with my tech stegos and then kill the alpha dragon with my terries. That's the red obelisk and the red turret tower. I placed my usual gateways to keep my Quetzal safe. After that, I started working the red turret tower with my tech stegos. Alright, we're soaking the bullets, and as always, this will take a while. To help out my tech stegos, I'll use a Yuri to buff them. This will surely save me some cakes, because they will take less damage. There you go, we're draining the tower quite nicely. We moved on to the next day. The sun is coming up and we'll be here for an hour or two at least. I tried to send the Yuri forward and it failed. They're so goofy sometimes. Anyway, then I tried to shoot a rocket, but heavy turrets got it. Then again and again and then again at night. Then finally one rocket went through. But the rockets were unreliable, so I kept soaking the bullets. We're soaking from all around now. I'm on my RG, so I can keep giving orders. There is a range for ordering them. I went back and shoot few more rockets. They went through, but they do not do a lot of damage to the tech structures. So I pulled up my tech rifle and started doing damage to tech structures. Now that the way is open, I'm gonna go and place the C4s. The C4s are for the metal structures and the tech rifle is for the tech structures. But I am being super careful, even though I got my OP flag and a metal shield. If any turret shoots, I should be fine, but better safe than sorry, right? Looks like a turret still has some ammo, but I can shoot from here without getting shot somehow. It'll be all over soon. And my tech rifle broke, but there isn't much left anyway. Here it goes. The red tower in pieces. And the final NPC of this map. After green, blue, and now this is red getting shot. I now possess a tech red suit, but I can only wear 3 pieces, and that's enough for me to jump on top of this vault and collect hundreds of elements from the tech generator. Alright, the walls are gone and the red obelisk is open, and I have the artifacts and the tributes right here. Now the boss killer tarries, but I will go and get more cakes while they sleep. I am back at the base. I brought so much honey for the cakes while I traveled across the map. I repaired my tech rifle and then crafted lots of C4s. Then all of my cakes were finished cooking. I took them all with me and came back to the red obelisk. Everything is pretty much ready except this cage. I'll like to take it down now. Rifle for the tech and C4s for the metal structures, but something very unfortunate happened here. No glitches, no bugs, and no terrible mistakes happened up until this point, day 185. While I was placing the C4s, I alt-tabbed for a second, and when I clicked on the game, the C4s just exploded and killed me. I wasn't detonating my C4s, I was just switching back to my game. I don't have that footage, but technically I died there. It's not really a glitch, but a bad game mechanic. It registers your one right click as 2. But anyway, I decided to consider that a glitch and rolled back my game. It feels better to let you all know about that incident. And then another, may I say, a glitch happened and my Terries didn't get teleported in. Not really a glitch, but a bad placement of my Terries. So I just did another rollback. 185 days went perfectly fine, and then 2 rollbacks happened in 5 minutes apart. This run might be tainted beyond repair. Alright, this time I got in with all of my Terries. They each have 10 veggie cakes. There you go, it's done. The Alpha Dragon is dead. I unlocked almost all of the tech grams shown here. The rest can't be unlocked on this map. The tech sword, the tech shield, tech lights, and the exomech are unlocked on other maps. So, out of 180 cakes, I have 17 left. Now I have to cook more veggie cakes for the Overseer fight. And I am finally able to wear a full tech suit. I'm gonna be collecting honey with my red tech suit, flying around in the redwood forest. I'm not sure if Tylas can pounce while I have a jetpack. Even if they can, I can fly away easily, right? I have finished collecting honey. In total, I got 580 honey. That should be enough for the Overseer. I'm back in my base and my trophy wall is done. All 3 alpha trophies are collected. And this is a nice screenshot. I cooked the cakes, but they are too heavy for me to carry, but now with the tech suit, I can move around over encumbered. I kinda missed that feature. It's been a while. I spent this entire day getting ready, and I also crafted a full Ascended Ghillie armor set for the tech cave. It's in the volcano, so it gets hot there. I found out I could upgrade the tech armor with this mod, but farming black pearls on the island is really difficult, so I turned the blue tech armor parts, except the tech chest piece, into blueprints to get their black pearls. Then I upgraded my red tech chest piece. It still looks the same, but its armor and durability increased quite nicely. 400 armor and 800 durability. That's really good. And few more screenshots on the gates before we leave. Now I am ready to do the Alpha Overseer, but I am missing the Alpha Mosa Tooth and the Alpha Tuso Eye. Alright, we're moving out to get them. Also, this is another way to farm black pearls on the island, but they are not better than trilobites. And we are at the Brood Cave. Alpha Mosa spawn here rarely, better than outside. And I found one, then I killed it and got the Alpha Mosa Tooth. I spent the rest of the day looking for an Alpha Tuso, but I kept finding regular Tusos. On the day 190, I found the Alpha Tuso. I killed it, but for some reason, I didn't get the Alpha Tuso Eye. Then I thought, very well, this was already tainted with 2 rollbacks, so I just did another. And I killed the same Alpha Tuso again, but this time I got its eye. So day 190, I have everything I need to open the tech cave, but I need to be over prepared for this. I can't fail this battle. 200 days should be enough for this challenge, right? I just did a quick run to the redwood forest to collect some tree sap with the tech suit. It's quite fast to get them now. I decided to use more cherries for the tech cave. The limit is 50 dinos, so I could lose some in there and still manage to bring at least 20 dinos to the Overseer fight. So I will use some of these babies for that and some for the experience. I crafted more terry saddles, then cooked more veggie cakes, and I'm gonna upload some things for the next map. My dino lines, saddles, armors, weapons, and some structures. They should be useful in the scorched earth, but I would still like to do a fresh start from scratch. So I will get those only after I open an obelisk. Only then I will be able to download them. I want to experience the early game without any items, but after a while, when I could destroy the green turret tower and open the green obelisk, I'll download these. I want to have a continuity with my dino lines throughout the entire story maps. And the final metal run of this map, I'm wearing a tech suit, but still using my RG and my Anki. This look seems very unusual, right? New cakes are ready, almost 150 more. This should be enough for the tech cave. 20 cakes for each terry is my plan. My very first tame on this series will be in the upload waiting for me. I also wanted to upload a Quetzal, but I can't upload the one I already have because I still need to use it for the tech cave. Transport transporting stuff, etc. So I'm just gonna tame a new one. I net the quassil out of the sky, I built a trap around it and shot some trank darts in it, then tamed it with some kibble. Perfect. It has 50 points into stamina, that's crazy, and 44 points into weight, that's pretty good. We're back at the base, and I also made a new saddle for it. It's only mastercraft. That'll be enough though. The golden saddle looks pretty good. My cave fighter terries are also fully grown, and I almost finished crafting all of their saddles. Some of the terries will help level up their brethren, a worthy sacrifice for the overseer battle. I'm also gonna take my boss killer megatheriums to the tech cave. They're fully healed and ready for the battle. I can't craft another tech replicator, that's why I will upload this one. I think black pearls will still be a problem on scorched earth, so it'll be nice to have a tech replicator. Alright, this is the final look of everything I'm gonna upload. Since this is single player, I can upload items instantly and they don't have any cooldown, so they can stay here forever. I mean, unless wildcard does some game breaking update or I lose my saves. Other than that, they will stay here waiting for us to download them in the next map. Also, I need to have the tech chest pieces for the overseer battle, so I can't upload them, but other tech armor pieces will wait for me in the upload as well. Alright, let's do a final check before we leave. Right, all the alpha tributes are ready and my alpha trophies are here. I have to leave this wall empty. I need these trophies to open the tech cave's entrance. Say your goodbyes. We are leaving this magnificent base. I got a little emotional here. It's barely a good PvE base, right? Now, are you ready for this? We are at the volcano. I'll park my quetzal here and start throwing out my dinos. They're all out. I just need to wait for all of them to wake up. Alright, everything is ready. Every dino is lined up nicely. So, let's open the door of the tech cave. Then, finish this map and ascend. There should be a timer start right now, but I don't see it. Let's get the dinos inside anyway. So, it's already started, but it's only shown inside the cave. I just spent 20 seconds bringing one Terry inside. I think I made a mistake for not making them follow each other. I brought 50 dinos. I hope I can get at least half of them inside the cave. I still have more than a minute, but I couldn't bring any more. I thought I could keep moving them inside, but there isn't enough space at the entrance. So I had to spend the last minute moving my dinos farther inside the cave to open up more space. And when I finished that, there wasn't any more time to bring whole another Terry army for the cave. And it's closing. If I tried to go out and brought even one more Terry, I couldn't get back in. So I have 18 Terries, 2 Yuris and 1 Tech Rex. I have brought 50 dinos for the Overseer, but now I am missing 29 of them. I just have the Tech Rex as an extra compared to the other boss fights. So I just have this Tech Rex to help me clear the cave. Anyway, let's get this Tech Rex to work. We're doing pretty good damage, but we're also taking the damage heavily. I had the right idea about bringing 30 more dinos for this. If only I would line them up and brought them in faster. So now this Tech Rex couldn't do the job alone. That's why I had to use my Terry army. I did lose some in the process, but they were strong enough to take down anything in their way. It's just the lava in this cave that kills them easily. So I need to be very careful to keep them away from the lava river. And even Gigas couldn't stand in the way of my Terry army. Here we are. We made it. After the barrier, it turns cold immediately and starts to freeze you to death. I should be able to survive in this cold with my great fur armor, but I drank iced water and Callian soup, so they decrease your body temperature. I think after they wear off, I should be fine here. Alright, at the end of the tech cave, I managed to bring 12 Terries and 1 Yuri to the Overseer fight. My shotgun have to do overtime to get the job done. My Terry army is thin. I hope we can make out of this fight alive. And that portal will take us up to the Overseer. Do you see that? We're above the island here, in some kind of command center, and this is the Overseer's room. If we can defeat it, we will ascend. And that's the Overseer getting ready. It looks like the thing in our wrist. I am pretty safe on this Yuri, but that red laser stuns you, and that's very dangerous. So I will be flying from now on. I just need to make sure these defense drones doesn't overwhelm me. Then the rest is pretty easy. Just wait for Overseer to lower its shield and be exposed to damage. Then I will use my capped shotgun and destroy it. Overseer also turns into island's bosses, periodically Broodmother, Megapithecus and the dragon, but it's only their weaker versions. When you're stunned up in the air by the Overseer, you can actually still keep hovering and stay safe. So that's why a tech chest piece is very important here. Unfortunately, I can't stand the cold, so I need to land once in a while. My HP is almost at half now, but landing here is pretty safe. My dinos are doing their work. now. All of my dinos are gone. It's me, my shotgun, and the overseer now. I need to be very careful. This place is so cold. I had to use med brews regularly, and without dinos to keep the defense units away, they always follow me. So landing and taking med brews got a lot harder. One mistake and I'm probably dead. When I had my carries, I could safely land and drink med brews. They were keeping the defense units very busy. I'm almost down to 100 HP, and look at that, how they're following me. I have to do this or else I'm gonna die to the cold. Alright, I made it, I'm good. I will beat this fight. $664 health. I just need to get one shot in, then it's done. There we go. On the day 200, the Alpha Overseer died by my hand, and we're gonna ascend out of the island. Look at that. In 200 days, it's done. But our story doesn't end here. Next, I'll be doing a similar style challenge on the Scorched Earth. Also, I want to make a video about the tech cave, a very detailed, in-depth tutorial of how you can do this solo, what things you need to bring, etc. Alright, I hope you liked this video enough to show your appreciation by leaving a like and a comment. Thank you for watching, dear watchers, and I'll see you on the Scorched Earth.